Hey, tribe. In the midst of all of this chaos that's going on right now, what we need is some holistic self care. And today, I want to talk all about how we can practice taking care of ourselves during a rough time, as well as doing a giveaway. So let's dive in. So let's dive in. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Jocelyn. I am a leadership development consultant as well as a personal development coach. Welcome. Let's talk about some self care. Oh, and by the way, we'll talk about the giveaway at the end. I really want to go ahead and dive into talking about this self care. And right now, I want you to think about what are some areas of your life that you feel depleted in? Because a lot of times when we think about self care, we think about facials, we think about taking care of our skin. And while, taking baths and stuff like that. And while that stuff is great, I love a good bubble bath. And while that stuff is nice, that is personal hygiene self care. But I want you to think even bigger than that. What are the things that you are feeding yourself right now? A lot of you, self care right now would be to turn off the news, like turn it all off. And like my friend said, she said right now she's just reading the headlines and then going on about her day. For me, I don't even know if I want to do that because the news is a Debbie Downer right now. Oh my goodness. You could be having a perfectly great morning, and then next thing you know, boom, you hit with news and it's hitting everywhere. And for me, self-care right now is I shut off Facebook. I have not been on Facebook because every time I go on there, it's just always something negative. And I'm not saying that we can always avoid the negative, but right now in this sensitive time, you should be turning off the news and focusing on the areas that you have control over. What do you have control over? Yourself. So it's time to put the focus back where it belongs. So you probably should cut off the news right now. And also, while we're cutting off the news, cut off the social media. A lot of us can go to social media, and I'm guilty of this too, so don't think I'm picking on y'all, but a lot of us can go on social media and it's escapism. We sit here and we escape on YouTube, on TikTok. TikTok is probably the biggest culprit for this. This is why I ain't got TikTok. I don't even want to be bothered with TikTok, to be honest with y'all. Hooray for you if you on there, but for me, the quick mindless scrolling, how you can be on there for 4 hours and it's overstimulating you, like listening to information, important information at that, at 60 seconds at a time, getting sound bites, not even getting the whole story. Most of the time, I'm pretty sure, and having that over and over, you get overly stimulated real quick and then wonder why you can't sleep and wonder why your mind is racing. It's because you've been racing for 4 hours on this treadmill going 8 miles an hour without even slowing down and without thinking about the information that you're taking in or even pondering it and saying, is this true? Is this something that I needed to know? Is this something that I need to internalize? Do I just need to pray for people and go on about my day? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to cut off this scrolling. And a lot of people you see, they talk about how they're trying especially on YouTube, you see people talking about how they're trying to gain their attention span back. Like, it's probably people done dropped off already because they can't they can't focus on anything, and it should not be that way. We have got to slow our minds down. We have got to be able to focus and think about what it is that we're taking in. And a lot of us is taking in a lot of junk. And when we're dealing with self-care, we want to make sure that we're taking care to think about the things that we're taking in. You shouldn't be taking in no mess. That's pretty much the point of what I'm trying to make. Because if we're talking about our family members and our friends and how we like, I don't want to hear that mess and all that, but then you get on social media and listen to their mess. You know what I'm saying? You have to protect your mind and protect your peace and your space, especially right now, especially your peace. If you want to have peace, you're going to have to cut it off. So just think about What is it in the news that you're focusing on? Cut it off so that you can put the focus back where it belongs. And that's focusing on how you're going to impact yourself. Because when you impact you, you are able to overflow into the lives of others. It keeps us from feeling depleted and feeling like we're overwhelmed because we've given too much. If you're giving from an overflow, it's just going to keep flowing, especially when you have the strategy and you know what you need to do to make sure that your cup is being filled. So make sure that you're filling yourself. A couple ways that you can feel yourself right now is something that I used to do that I think I'm going to go back to doing is coloring. I used to love coloring. I used to keep a coloring book at my house when I was single, especially in Japan. And my brothers, and he gonna remember this story, but my brother at the time, he was also deployed to Japan when I was stationed in Japan. And he and his friends came to my house and we were hanging out and I had my coloring books on the table and they asked, could they color in it? And I said, if you color in it, you better sign the page that you colored. But it's so relaxing. It's helps you to get clarity. It clears your mind, especially when you throw on some instrumental music. I would suggest don't be throwing on music that you really love and into. And the reason why is because, honey, you're going to go into a full blown concert. I know I am. I'll start singing along and stuff like that. And it's like, that's not what I came here to do. I came here to get some clarity. So you can turn on some jazz, turn on the lofi music. I'm telling you, like, I work to that type of music. I love that type of music. And it helps to keep my mind clear and helps to keep me focused on the task at hand. And then another thing about having holistic self-care right now too is make sure that you are focused on the task that you are doing. Don't try to multitask. I know I said this in a recent video, but I think it bears repeating that you should focus on the one thing that you're doing. Give it your undivided attention so that you are doing it with care and you're doing it with excellence. Because one thing that a lot of people are missing right now is doing things in excellence. I'm tired of people half doing stuff and then expecting us to be okay with it. It's just like when you go to hair salons nowadays, and no shade to the good hairstylists, but to those who be like, it's extra to get your hair washed. That's part of the styling. Like, what do you mean? So I got to come with my hair wash and then you want to charge me $200 to do what I can do? Girl, gone. Absolutely not. So if we want to give out excellence so that we can receive excellence, we want to make sure that we are focused on that one thing and that one task at hand. Another activity that you can do is to treat yourself to dinner by yourself. Shout out to my mamas and my daddies too. Y'all need to take some time and go eat a meal for yourself. And I'm not talking about like eating in a car. I'm talking about actually go to the restaurant and have some me time. And I know this is going to be kind of hard, but it don't even have to necessarily be that. Find an activity, a hobby, something that you can do by yourself, for yourself, that gives you joy, that gives you excitement, that gives you gratitude. Now, of course, it's sad. I'm going to go to food. I love a good meal. Okay. She love to eat. So, of course, I'm going to go to a meal. But do something that is for yourself. Or for me, I love to go in like TJ Maxx and just walk around. I don't even have to necessarily be shopping or buying anything in particular. I enjoy just walking around, being around not too many people, but just walking around, seeing what's new, getting some fresh air, getting outside and making sure that I'm taking care of myself and clearing my mind a little bit before I go back into the hustle and bustle of content creating, of being a wife and taking care of my family and stuff like that. Those are one of the things that I do to kind of express myself because I love to shop. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. Or even go and smelling fragrances. I love a good fragrance that, whoo, I just got a new one that I'm gonna do a review on for y'all. I'm wearing it right now. And honey, she smelled good. Okay. I smell good. I smell as good as I look. Okay. But I love fragrances. I love perfume. So I'll be sharing that later. But what is something that you love? What is something that you enjoy doing that helps you to express yourself, but also gives you clarity and just takes a moment for yourself? Now, if that is also taking bubble baths, I love a good bubble bath. You can do that too, but make sure that you are doing something that is helping you to give you clarity and express yourself. Another thing that you can do is set timers when you are on social media. If you need to have your phone lock you out, do what you got to do to get your peace. Make sure that you are setting timers so you know set a certain amount of time per day that you want to be on social media, and then set that boundary. I think a lot of times we are afraid to set boundaries with ourselves because we feel like, well, I owe it to myself to give myself what I need. And yes, while you do, we also want to make sure that we are not pouring things into ourselves that's actually detrimental to us, that's actually harming and hurting us. So make sure that you are putting up protective boundaries for yourself when you are on social media and when you are doing anything else. Like if you have to set a limit on the time that you talk to somebody, set the limit. It's okay to be like, hey girl, all right, girl, I'll holler at you later. Like I've had enough. I'm up to here, and I don't want to overflow in this because sometimes it's detrimental when we talk to certain people, right? So make sure that you are doing that as well. And just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. In a time like this, we want to look holistically at different areas. If you haven't been well in your finances, that may be an area you need to look at and take care of yourself in. You may need to look at your budget. If you don't even have one, that's a perfect place to start. Make sure that you are saving and budgeting for the things that you enjoy and the things that you love so that you are not pissed off with yourself. I'm gonna just call it what it is. When you overspend and you spent too much because you said I owed it to myself, when really you just could have saved up for the things that you wanted, or just spent a little bit so that you can find a little joy in the little things. I find joy in candles. If you went out and you spent $15 on a candle, hooray, that's wonderful, especially if it's something that you enjoy. So make sure that you're looking at that. Make sure that you're journaling. Please, please, please. Y'all know I talk a lot about journaling. You want to make sure that you're journaling your thoughts. Make sure that if some of y'all, you probably need to journal twice a day right about now, but make sure that you're journaling so that you can get your thoughts out. But not only that, that you can also take time to reflect on how you've made it over, where you've come from. You want to make sure that you take time to look at those type of things and take the time to love on yourself. The same way that you love people in your relationships, you need to do more than that for yourself. Tell yourself that you love yourself. It is okay. That's not being overly dramatic or being like, selfish and being like, oh, I love myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, for real. You should love yourself. You should love yourself enough to take care of you and make sure that you are getting everything that you need. So I hope that some of these tips were helpful. Now on to the giveaway. Y'all, so y'all know if you new here, I talk all about journaling. One of my goals for early this year was to get to 100 subscribers, and y'all y'all have blown my mind and surpassed that in one day, like quickly. I was just like, what happened? Thank you, Lord, because that was all you. I'm glad that video was helpful for a lot of you. I'm hoping that this one was helpful for you too, but I wanted to do a giveaway. I've been said that I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. So the giveaway is going to be a journal to help you in this journey. Is going to be a journal. And because it is wrapped up, I'm going to give you what it looks like. This is actually my planner, but this is actually what the cover looks like. But it is in journal size. I love this cover. Shout out to Wear the Promise who did this cover. I got this from Wear the Promise. So this is the size of it. It's already wrapped up, which is why I didn't want to take it out the wrap, and she wrapped it up so beautifully, and I ain't want to mess it up just to show y'all what it looked like. And because I already had an example of what it looked like, I was like, y'all will be all right. Y'all can see that. So this is the journal here. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box that if you want to be part of the giveaway, go ahead and put your name in, because it's a little bit difficult on, YouTube. Like, I don't have an inbox on YouTube. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the link in the description box and go ahead and put in your name and your email. I'm going to select someone at random. I'm going to put it in that little spinny thing. I may even put that in the community tab so that y'all can see it. But we're going to spin and we're going to see who win. I'm going to do this. It is today. Let's see. If I give it about 10 days, we will do it. Let's do it President's Day. I will announce the winner on Monday, on President's Day. What day is that? Let's see. The 14th is Valentine's Day. That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm sorry, the 17th. So on the 17th, I will make a quick video to announce the winner of the giveaway. And I'm just so super excited to do this. I am so happy that you all are here. And make sure that you check out previous videos. If you want to dive deeper into personal development, check out what was that series called? Self-awareness. Check out the self-awareness playlist. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. I did that along with you all. It may be time to do that again sometime around March. We'll probably do that something similar to that again, but check that out. This is the time to really dive deep, y'all. Like, you don't get to play around right now. If I can be honest with you, you don't get to play around. You are going to have to dig deep. This is a season where all the little things that you let slide, don't let it slide no more. It can't slide. Even when you let yourself slide, don't let yourself slide no more. You are going to have to be intentional about any and everything that you do right now this year. and don't be fearful. I'm not saying, doing it in a scared kind of way, but for real, I got a for real peace that surpasses all understanding right now. And I am willing to take the risk and do what needs to be done, because I want not what's only best for me and for my family, but for all of you too. We're going to have to talk about some stuff. We're going to have to do some stuff that we're not used to doing. It's okay. Take the risk. For real, take the risk. It's going to be worth it in the end. But when you do it, you better have the faith to do it. Match your faith with the thing that you're looking for. Match your faith with the works that you are going to put out here. Trust me when I tell you. I don't know where the Lord taking us this year, but boy, mind gonna be blown. You hear me? I just, do the work, y'all. Do the work. It's going to be worth it. Trust me. It's going to be worth it. Okay. So don't forget to enter the giveaway. If you are new and you just love it here, go ahead and subscribe, because some of y'all be watching these videos and haven't subscribed yet. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so that you know when I upload. And if you don't know, we upload every Thursday at 7 p.m. and also on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I love you guys to life. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.